1, 2, 3. Just checking, friends. Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show, and welcome to this week's program. We have a variety of things that we're going to try and get on this week, if at all possible. We've got some IPSC footage. On last week's program, we had some footage taken from a recent match. Well, this week, we're going to show you some pro shooters actually shooting some IPSC or IPSC competition over in East Texas. We have a couple of ladies that are two of the best shooters in our region. We've got some men too, but primarily we're focusing on women shooters on this particular segment because, friends, if we don't get more women involved in shooting, if we don't get them out here, we're going to lose this fight. We've got to have as many women as possible with us. We want to encourage women to learn to shoot guns. We want to encourage it as a sport, something as family, a family recreational activity, because, friends, if we don't, right now, we are losing our fight to own guns in the United States of America. Now, the evil United Nations just finished their enclave in New York this past week. They just finished it, and they have set in motion a plan to disarm civilian populations worldwide. Now, please explain to me why we should be listening. First of all, the evil United Nations, the charter was written by a convicted Soviet spy, Audrey Hess. Why are we still in this organization? Now then, most of the countries that vote in the evil United Nations are countries with inferior cultures to our own. I don't think somebody who lives in grass huts in some other part of the world should be telling you and I whether we need firearms or not. At the same time, 80% of the Earth's population would like to come here to the United States. This is not a joke. These are real numbers. These aren't handgun control numbers. These are real numbers. Why do they want to come to the United States? Because our economy, our way of life is so much better. Private and personal ownership of firearms is one of the chief reasons there is a United States of America. It's one of the chief reasons that we have this great system, is because the citizens are supposed to be the government. The citizens, you and I, responsible for ourselves, taking care of ourselves. And friends, if we don't reach more Americans, if we don't reach more women, you've heard me say this a dozen times, maybe 100 times over these years. If we don't reach more Americans with our message about who we as gun owners are, we're going to lose this fight. Today, we are losing. Today. And yes, I know that Ashcroft came out and said he believes that ownership of firearms is an individual right. Yes, but he also said this: unless the state has a compelling reason to restrict gun ownership. Don't you think King George in England back in 1776 had a compelling reason to disarm the colonists? And yes, there are some people out there, even I would agree, that some people are not qualified to be gun owners, you know, but let the rest of us who are gun owners, let us make that decision rather than some bureaucrat 1,000 or 2,000 miles away or who knows where. Why not that? Well, friends, we're glad to have you with us. If you can help us stay on the air, you know our standard address. If you can help us, it's The Shooting Show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Beverly, Louisiana, zip code 71024. Because, friends, we are neck deep in this fight. It's not going to go away. This is one of the greatest contests in human history, where a free people can decide whether or not they're going to remain free or not. It's up to us. Let's start another shooting show.
Stay tuned for more of The Shooting Show after these important messages.
The Shooting Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Friends, this is the new Georgia Arms 20th anniversary catalog. Of course, has a memorial there to our good friend Jim Clark there on the cover. This is a terrific catalog from the finest ammunition maker in the United States. They have all kinds of great prices on all sorts of ammunition: 243 Winchester, 270s, 7.62 by 39 Russian, all kinds of great stuff. They've even got 308 tracers, 30-06 tracers, all kinds of neat stuff here in this great new Georgia Arms catalog. They have components if you want to load your own ammo, and look here, we've got the shooting show in our new 460 Rowland kit on sale as well. Georgia Arms has the best prices for custom grade ammunition that I'm aware of in the United States, and guess what else? They're helping to support our shooting show. Friends, give them a call today. Free phone call, free catalog. 1-800-624-6861, 1-800-624-6861, Georgia Arms, and please remember to tell them that you heard it and saw it here on our program. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in an absolutely beautiful part of East Texas. We're not far from Nacogdoches, Texas, or actually from Lufkin either, and this young lady is Cheryl Leck. And so nice to see you. We've seen each other at different matches, and Cheryl, you're up here assisting this weekend. Am I correct? Correct. Tell us what this match is.
This is the Texas State Open Championship. This is the 4th year, I believe. The match was originally started by Kenneth Hicks and Odie Wheat. I don't know if you remember Odie. Odie has ALS now, so they've kept this thing going a lot in honor of him.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and it's an open-only competition. You can shoot a limited gun, but you'll still be scored with open.
Still going to be, and when we're talking open, we're talking dot sights, high, ultra-high capacity.
Anything you want. Limited, it has restrictions. Open has almost no restrictions at all.
Kind of run what you brung type thing.
Exactly.
Now, Cheryl, you folks have Lex Guns down in Cuero, Texas.
Correct.
And, of course...
Not always in Cuero, no.
Well, you folks travel all around, don't you? Yes. So how long have you been shooting in competition?
About 9 years.
About 9 years. And certainly nice to see you folks. I know everyone appreciates. What is this range? This is the Angelina what?
This is the Angelina Rifle and Pistol Club.
Very nice people. Now, today is Range Officers Day. We don't have a big crowd today. It's on day I could come. Why are the range officers shooting today?
They shoot early so that they can work the stages comprehensively and watch for safety, also uniformity. If you have a specific ranged officer on a stage and they stay there, then the stages run consistently all day long. So that's the purpose.
And is also a day that if there's a problem on any one of the stages, you can adjust it or fix it.
It's they call themselves guinea pigs.
Well, friends, it's a great day to be out shooting. Cheryl, nice to see you.
Thank you.
And really appreciate what you folks are doing. We wish you a lot of good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is Kenneth Hicks. He's going to be the new Area 4 Director. Kenneth, nice to see you up here, sir.
Good to see you.
And
glad y'all are here.
Appreciate that. Tonda, tell us a little bit about who you are. Where are you from?
I'm from Tyler, Texas. I practice law there. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I was originally a Yankee. I got to Texas as soon as I could.
Well, you actually talk like one of us, actually.
I've picked it up. I like it, and I've picked it up.
How long you been shooting?
I've been shooting 3 years.
No kidding.
3 years.
What kind of gun are you shooting?
This is a factory STI customized by Brazos Custom Gun Works. Brazos Custom is here in Texas too.
What caliber is it in?
It's 38 Super.
38 Super, and that's a Seymour sight?
Yes, Seymour sight.
And
built just like a 1911, except it's a double stack, higher capacity.
What kind of comp is on the end of that?
It's comp designed by Brazos Custom.
Okay, by Brazos Custom. What's your magazine capacity?
Magazine capacity in the small mags is 20 rounds. In the larger 170 millimeter tubes is 27 rounds.
27. Well, it's really a pleasure to meet you and watch you shoot. You really, for 3 years, you're doing incredibly well, actually.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Renee Tyson, and Renee, of course, works at Clark Custom Guns, one of her sponsors. Renee, who are your other sponsors?
I also shoot for STI, CR Speed holsters, Lex Guns. I'm here. That's it. That's it.
What kind of gun are you shooting, Renee?
This is a borrowed gun, actually. Benny Hill of Triangle Shooting Sports. Loaned me his gun because mine got stolen. So if anybody sees a open class gun with a purple grip on it and a Bushnell hollow sight, it's mine.
That's yours.
Yeah, I want it back.
Well, I don't blame you. What your capacity on that? What is that? 38 Super?
Yes, 38 Super with a Seymour. I'm not sure what model you call that, and huge magwell.
Absolutely.
I don't know what all Benny's got on here.
Just a lot of different things.
Yep.
What your magazine capacity we were looking earlier, what, up to 27 rounds?
Right, yeah, the big mags, I've got 27 rounds, and then these, I think 19 or 20, I'm not sure which.
So you can go on for a while, like
yes.
we saw you do a little earlier.
Yes.
Great. Now your holster is what?
This is a CR Speed holster.
Great. This is a complex stage. A lot of targets. 3 here. Have to shoot through the ports. Pepper poppers over there in the back. It's going to require ammunition management as well as economy of steps. Reload.
You're finished. Unload and show clear. Gun's clear. Hammer down, holster it. Range is clear. 1849.
1849. This one's better shot.
1849. One of them.
Shoot through these hooks.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Recognition that gun control cost Al Gore the presidency has come to even a strident gun control group, the Violence Policy Center, or VPC. While they like the idea of registration and licensing because it paves the way to confiscation, they do not think it's worth the political cost. It was, after all, the registration of guns and licensing of gun owners that Al Gore loudly advocated at one point in the 2000 presidential election campaign. A pollster, Celinda Lake, at the VPC annual conference argued that Gore's open support of licensing and registration failed to ignite supporters of gun control while it galvanized pro-gun voters. The Violence Policy Center supports the Firearms Safety and Consumer Protection Act of 2001, introduced by Representative Patrick Kennedy and Senator Robert Torselli. Their measure would place firearms under the authority of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to draw up safety regulations for firearms. Currently, the federal government is specifically prohibited from having such jurisdiction. This prohibition was slapped on when the Consumer Product Safety Commission proposed to regulate regulate firearm safety years ago. We did not have to guess how such a measure would work in practice. The state of Massachusetts has already given us the answer. In 2000, the Attorney General of Massachusetts banned the sale of cheap handguns and required all handguns sold in the state to have child-proof safety devices. Also required are tamper-resistant serial numbers and state-approved trigger locks. With no list of approved or disapproved guns, Glock and Browning are not shipping product into the state. The number of dealers in the state has plummeted by nearly 50%. That's one way to ban guns, make it impossible for consumers to buy them. Massachusetts has not shut off all sales, but they have clearly set the course. Crime has increased in Massachusetts since a 1998 law went on the books, which made it harder for people to buy guns and put home dealers out of business. The Attorney General's assault on firearms can be predicted to continue the increase in crime. The hope of gun banners in Massachusetts, as well as at the Violence Policy Center, is that gun owners will not be galvanized by the so-called gun safety approach that chokes steadily but avoids openly plunging a dagger in the heart of gun ownership. Mary Carpenter is the grandmother of 2 children murdered by a Satan worshiper who broke into their California home and killed them with a pitchfork. She points out that the 3 surviving children could have used their father's guns to stop the killer, but under California law, they were inaccessible. That lock up your safety legislation had not been advertised as a gun control law. It was deceptively packaged as common sense gun safety. Gun safety or gun control, the result is the same. These are criminal protection laws. The reduction in legal guns in circulation simply means that criminals have a safer working environment. The next time you hear someone advocate gun safety, please translate that to mean criminal safety. From Washington, this is Larry Pratt for Gun Owners of America.
Friends, for more information on GOA, you can call them 888-886-GUNS, 888-886-4867. Remember, they're helping us stay on the air. Let's please support them as well. And now let's go back to the Angelina Rifle and Pistol Club and watch some more competition.
Are you ready? Stand by. You are through. Unload, show clear. Gun is clear. Hammer down. Holster. 463.
463. 10. Okay, shooter, are you ready? In an open match. Stand by.
Hit the shooter. Single stack magazine. Let's see how it goes.
Reload. It just reloads everything.
Had a little difficulty. There we go. He got going.
Not good.
2 pepper poppers, obviously.
Well, we should be done by now, shouldn't we? Okay,
Oh,
2 steel. Wow!
10-round magazine.
Well, let's do that one again. Never give up. Stand by. Finished. Unload and show clear. Gun's clear. Hammer down. Holster it.
Let's see what it takes.
Range is clear. 1365.
13, a couple of seconds faster than the last shooter.
Are you ready? Stand by. Show clear.
Well, that was quick.
Gun's clear. Hammer down. Holster it. Range is clear. 1378.
Good time. Renee, I see you got you a fresh shot of water here. What do you bring? What do you bring for refreshment?
I always put several bottles of water in the freezer and freeze them, so I've always got ice to put water on top of, and I always got a few bananas for some kind of extra energy.
Now, where'd you get that idea? Tennis players?
Tennis, yeah, pro tennis.
That's what they're doing.
I saw Andre Agassi eating bananas.
Well, it looks like it's working.
Yeah, it works real good.
Friends, we had a great time over at the match, and certainly it's a very, very fine and decent people. Just goes to show what great sport shooting can be, and we need to encourage this as much as we can.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
For folding stocks, for pistol grips, for regular stocks, for replacement stocks, for magazine extension tubes for your shotgun, for magazine replacement springs for your shotgun. How about the Executive Eye Scraper, the Executive Letter Opener, all from Choate Machine and Tool when you call for a free catalog. You can get the Executive Letter Opener, a multi-purpose tool, or the Executive Eye Scraper, a multi-purpose tool, for only your choice, only $2 when you call for a free Choate catalog. You can get both of them for $4, a $10 value. Friends, if you're a shooter or a gun owner, you need one of the Choate Machine and Tool Company catalogs. Call them today, 1-800-972-6390. In Ball Knot, Arkansas, they're helping to support our project. You need one of their catalogs. Again, 1-800-972-6390. And please remember to tell them that you saw it here on our show.
Let's watch some tape footage shot by a friend of ours in Maine at the recent Hiram Maxim machine gun shoot there.
You can fire well.
Very well.
Did you actually see into a building with that? No. Indeed.
And now for our support group, friends, we have Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana, Brooks Communication in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dennis Crocker Firearms Training there in South Carolina, Gearling's Equipment Rental in Southern California, and we have Mike and Sherry Harris Pilot Services and Consulting in South Carolina. Friends, we're out of time for today's program. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next shooting show.